Our debate the last block, so we pick it up. JWill still here with us, and we were talking about the double standard for Kyrie Irving versus Aaron Rodgers on their unvaccination status. Stephen A., we'll start with you.
First of all, what I would say to my brother Jay, who I love, is this. You know what? You can stop being that damn sensitive when it comes to Kyrie Irving, because you ain't got too much sympathy. You ain't got too much sympathy. You ain't got too much sympathy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Nobody has let Aaron Rodgers off the hook. It just happened. It just happened. This is the first day we've all had an opportunity to talk about it. And damn it, before he's had a chance to pass gas, we said, yo, you a liar. You know, and people are speculating, wait, we got to find out the protocols because it looked like you should be suspended. I mean, damn, it just happened. That's number one. And the heat ain't going to subside. They going to come at Aaron Rodgers because millions of people are offended by what he tried to pull. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Kyrie Irving. Let's get back to him. Because you see, I'm getting sick of all of the noise about Kyrie Irving. He the victim now. He the victim.
I've never called Kyrie Irving
I didn't
the
say
victim.
you did. I didn't say you did. Just like you weren't talking about me, I'm not talking about you directly. But there's a lot of people that are saying that. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And here's the reason why. Kyrie is a showstopper. Kyrie's box office, spectacular. Damn it, they miss him. Let's call it what it is. Brooklyn ain't the same without him. I've said before, and I said it again, they in Brooklyn because of him, which you know. And as a result, they're a championship contender. We all know. We talk about it. By the way, you and I are going to talk about Golden State Warriors one day. I think the Warriors going to win it all. I think the Warriors going to win it all. But we'll talk about that another day. If one team is going to stop him, it's Brooklyn with Kyrie. Without Kyrie, it's going to be a bigger challenge. Harden's got to play better. We know all of that. But you're possibly costing this team. Possibly costing this team. A team you put together. And the reason why I won't let you ignore history, I'm going to go back to last year. There was a riot at the U.S. Capitol. Kyrie used that as an excuse to take off 2 weeks. Now, when are we going to stop making excuses? I mean, this is ridiculous. There's a riot at the U.S. Capitol. You were working. I was working. You were on the air with me. Max was sitting right there. Everybody was working. Business is business. You weren't at the riots. You weren't on Capitol Hill. Every damn time you turn around, there is an excuse for this man not to work. That is what I said. People have called me in defense of him. People who love him very dearly and respect him. And because I love and respect them, I laid off. But I also made sure to make it very, very clear to them. I mean what I say, because I ain't talking about the vaccine. Because I understand. Listen, I had reservations about it. I took it. You had reservations about it. You took it. Millions of people, the Nets had reservations about it. They took it. But he want to stand his ground. Respect, okay, you have a right to do that. We can dislike it when you take into account the other things you did to put things in place where people felt compelled to make these sacrifices because of the commitments that preceded all of this pandemic stuff. And so here we are once again, Kyrie doing things his way at the expense of other people. He's done it before. I understand this is an entirely different situation because you're putting something into your body, which is something that you've articulated to me. But I am saying to you, your point would be far more profound if there wasn't a history of Kyrie Irving as a backdrop to show this man finds multiple excuses not to fulfill his responsibilities.
Can I get in there?
Go ahead.
Can I have a single shot? Can I request a single shot like you for a second?
Sure.
I want everybody to know Stephen A. Smith is the best in the game of television. He is the best in the game of television. I wanted to say that first off, S.A., because I watched you when you opened the show. I know who you are. I know when you get passionate about things. I know when you say things with conviction. Your opening line of the show was, you know, Aaron Rodgers, my guy, man, and this, you know, it's tough. It's my guy. He's a liar. So it's not just what you say, because you did call him a liar, but brother, how you say things matter. So when I hear you spit venom with energy and passion, and when I hear you say that he's a liar, I wouldn't have said it like that. Because if I put myself in Stephen A. Smith's body, I would have said, he looked people in the eye and he lied. He flat out lied. He said, yes, I am immunized. I am. And then I feel, you know, I understand people, those guys, not referring to himself as one of those guys, those guys. He was one of those guys. So that energy that you start a conversation with, it matters to people like me. Because you know why? You set the tone for this network, for thousands of people that watch you. I think that's important. Can you understand that point? That's one. Number two, on the Kyrie Irving stuff. Kyrie Irving didn't even say anything for the longest time. He didn't say anything. This man just disappeared. And every day, it was Kyrie this, Kyrie that, Kyrie this, Kyrie that. And I get it, when he finally spoke, he didn't have the right words. It didn't come out the right way. But damn, the intent was there. So now my thing is, when I'm watching this, and I'm watching all this other stuff happen, here I was at watching a man that came out and flat out lied. With intent. Lied. This is how I feel. And I watched Kyrie kind of waver, go back and forth. I'm like, but man, we just chastised this dude for wavering, but this man is lying. And I just want to make sure we keep the same energy. That's all I ask for. I want exponential energy, actually. I want more energy than what you gave Kyrie, because that's deserving of it. I just want to make sure you carry it, because you carry that torch, brother.
Well, a couple.
You carry that torch.
Well, a couple of things. Yeah, okay, fine. I carry the torch. So you know what? I'm a pretty damn good pro at this.
I know you are.
I know what I'm doing.
I just gave you your flowers.
Let me say this to you. The video of Aaron Rodgers saying what he said, I saw at the moment we showed that to start off the show. Kyrie Irving, when we were talking about him, we can pull up the tape. You didn't see me get intense until you and I were arguing about it. I was very calm in stating my position about Kyrie Irving until you and I started arguing, because you weren't on. Let me finish.
When you go into your Stephen A-isms now.
Time out. I'm giving you facts. I got tape. I'm saying the most intense I was sitting across from you, because you were waving the pom-poms to Kyrie. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.